You can tell me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alright, last year my daughter's in 6th grade. I brought her to school with me one day. I don't know if you take your daughter to school day or whatever, but for school was in session, and my desk was back there, and I had 11th graders at the time, and I was teaching, and I looked back, and my daughter, tears are pouring off her face. And one of my students was like, because she saw her too. And so I was like, what's wrong? And she didn't want to tell me. Rebecca said, tell me what's wrong. She got a text message that people thought she had created a slut list. And so I was like, did you create a slut list? And she's like, no. You got to ask the question, And so what had happened last year was somebody, first of all, you have to understand that my daughter is very much a humanitarian. If she sees something going on with one of her friends, she's not afraid to go to a counselor and say, look, I'm really concerned about my friend. And so she had done that last year, and even though it was done, quietly, she's a 6th grader, and she tells her friends what she did, and they got her out. So at any rate, somebody had created the night before a MySpace. And the MySpace says, Mo Middleton hates sluts. And then, you know how you can put a bulletin on your MySpace and deliver it to everybody?
Yeah.
Somebody created a bulletin associated with that page that said, these are the sluts of Baker Middle School. It listed all the 6th graders, all the 7th graders, and all the 8th grade girls. All of them? All of them that were cheerleaders and pom-poms on DSA, which is Damascus Sports Association. My daughter's name was on the list, too. Her name was on that list as well. And then the person who created that little MySpace went and knew all of Morgan's friends, and she went and she applied, she said, be my friend kind of a thing, send those things out. And so she sent the bulletin out, and it was just like wildfire spreading through Baker. And she had gotten a text message about this here in my room and was very upset. It was like one of her best friends. She was like, I hate you. I can't believe you did that. Her heart was just broken. So we found out about it, and we went to this website. We went to MySpace, and there were death threats on there from 8th grade girls. When she went to school the next day, they tried to attack her in the hallways. We had to have security people walking her from class to class. It was that bad. Okay. I called the school because it came off of a web. They made a MySpace that says Mo Middleton hates sluts, and then they made the slut list on on that MySpace, and then distributed it to everyone.
Oh, they made it on her MySpace?
She's not allowed to have a MySpace. Somebody created this. So at any rate, I went to the school, and it was like, you got to do something. Like, well, we can't do that. We can access MySpace. I said, do that. Yes, you can. You can access MySpace. The kids are accessing MySpace and Facebook and AIM chat, everything else there in the school, and if you can't do it, shame on you, because the kids know how to do it. So they're like, you can't do it. So, and you need to find out who's doing this. This is a death threat against my child. People are attacking her in the hallway. So at any rate, they said they couldn't do it. I said, you give me 1 hour. So in 1 hour, I
should have been her bodyguard.
Made the space. Oh my God! You made the email? Because I know how to trace MySpace. I know how to figure these things out, and so do you. You know when you start clicking on people, you can see all the relationships and how all this happens. You put 2 and 2 together. I gave them a list of 3 people. And I said, here are your 3 people that you need to investigate. And they did, and one of the girls confessed that she had done it. The girl who threatened my daughter, threatened to kill my daughter, we pressed charges against her.
Oh my God. You did? What
yes,
happened?
we did. And the girl who created the MySpace was expelled from school.
Why?
You know what? You can let people do this to you. It is the worst kind of bullying that can go. You don't mess with my kids.
What happened?
You don't mess with my kids.